Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nasta Praya Shabadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 15, Sloka number 29. Vasudeva Angri Anudhyana Vasudevangri Anudhyana Vasudevangri Anudhyana Paribrahmita Ramhasa Paribrahmita Ramhasa Paribrahmita Ramhasa Bhaktya Nirmatita Asesha Bhaktya Nirmatita Ashesha Bhaktya Nirmatita Ashesha Kashaya Dishanaha Arjunaha Kashaya Dishano Arjunaha Kashaya Dishano Arjunaha Vasudevangri Anudhyana Paribrahmita Ramhasa Bhaktya Nirmatita Shesha Kashaya Dishano Arjunaha Vasudevangri Anudhyana Paribrahmita Ramhasa Bhaktya Nirmatita Shesha Kashaya Dishano Arjunaha. Paribrahmita Ramhasa Bhaktya Nirmatita Shesha Kashaya Dishano Arjunaha Vasudevangri Anudhyana Paribrahmita Ramhasa Bhaktya Nirmatita Shesha Kashaya Dishano Arjunaha. Vasudevangri, the lotus feet of the Lord. Anudhyana, by constant remembrance. Paribrahmita, expanded. Ramhasa, with great velocity. Bhaktya, in devotion. Nirmatitha, subsided. Ashesha, unlimited. Kashaya, didn't. Dishanaha, conception. Arjunaha, Arjuna. Translation given by His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Arjuna's constant remembrance of the lotus feet of Lord Sri Krishna rapidly increased his devotion, and as a result, all the trash in his thoughts subsided. Please read the translation. Arjuna's constant remembrance of the lotus feet of Lord Sri Krishna rapidly increased his devotion, and as a result, all the trash in his thoughts subsided. Purport given by His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Material desires in the mind are the trash of material contamination. By such contamination, the living being is faced with so many compatible and incompatible things that discourage the very existence of spiritual identity. Birth after birth, the conditioned soul is entrapped with so many pleasing and displeasing elements, which are all false and temporary. They accumulate due to our reactions to material desires. But when we get in touch with the transcendental Lord in His variegated energies by devotional service, the naked forms of all material desires become manifest, and the intelligence of the living being is pacified in its true color. As soon as Arjuna turned his attention towards the instruction of the Lord, as they are inculcated in Bhagavad Gita, his true color of eternal association with the Lord became manifest, and thus he felt freed from all material contaminations. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshunimiltanmena Tasmaya Sri Gurave Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yatkupatamaham Vande Shri Gunodhyanataranam Nama Om Vishnu Padhaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So in this translation, Srila Prabhupada is telling that by constant remembrance of Lord Sri Krishna, all the trash in thoughts will be subsided. All the trash. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada is telling clearly, material desires are the trash of material contamination. So many material thoughts which are reeling in our mind are actually trash. Trash means which is useless. So what generally people think in a day so much? So almost 60,000 thoughts every day people think in the mind, knowingly or unknowingly, 60,000. And most of them are unnecessary and negative also in nature. So what generally people think? A survey tells that first people think unnecessary things are that first thing is about celebrity news and gossips. So what this hero has done, or what that sports star has done, or some politicians. So generally people are more interested in this kind of topics. Almost 53% show great interest in this kind of news. And in second place is entertainment reels, spending so much of time in seeing these reels. Almost 89% of youth spend time, so much of time in this. So these are all mostly no much information, simply interesting, but no much content in that. And next is fashion and beauty related things. How I can be look more beautiful, handsome, and then by seeing such kind of people, they discuss about this kind of things. They think about this kind of things also. Almost 70% of youth actually they engage in this kind of thoughts and discussions. Okay, so most of the day people think about these things, and these are all trash, as mentioned here, unnecessary things. Something is very required, okay, we can think of all those things. But the moral is trash. They consume lot of time. Our time gets wasted, hours together, 6 hours, 7 hours, 10 hours, it go in these things. And they distract our focus on what we are supposed to do. And ultimately spoils our mind and consciousness. Okay. So when we engage in this kind of things, Srila Prabhupada is telling in the purport, when you fill our mind with this kind of trash, so living being faced with so many compatible and incompatible things that discourage the very existence of spiritual identity. Spiritual identity. So what's our identity? Many people have many identities. I am from so and so place. I am so beautiful. I am engineer, I am doctor. I am from so and so country, religion, caste. So like this, so many things are there. But what is actual real identity? Real identity is that I am the servant of Lord. Gopi Bhartu Padakamayor, Dasa Dasanu Dasaha. Not just servant. I am servant of Krishna. Okay. So this is actually the pure devotees realize, and thus they engage in service of Lord Sri Krishna in Goloka. So, but when we engage in this kind of trash so much in the mind, we forget our identity. Some things we may like, and some things we may not like also. This kind of compatible, incompatible things one faces. Okay. And then, because of that, so many pleasing and displeasing elements one gets entrapped into. So when you engage, both are material only. Pleasing is material and displeasing also material. One gets entrapped by these kind of things. And all are false and temporary. False and temporary. So we are supposed to be servant of Krishna, but we think by seeing this kind of celebrity news, I am, fan of so and so hero. I am follower of so and so person. The very name, followers, increased followers will be there in social media. You are supposed to follow Guru, Sadhu, Shastra and the Lord, but we follow somebody else. Okay. So thus we forget our identity by seeing this kind of things. So how to come out of these things? What is the way? So here it is mentioned, by constant remembrance of the lotus feet of the Lord, one increases rapidly devotion. Ramhasa. Ramhasa means rapid devotion. Quickly one progresses by remembering the Lord. Okay. So generally what you spend, that you think, that you remember. Yamyam vapi smaran bhavam chadityante kalevaram. Okay. By the end of the life, if you cannot able to think of Krishna always, then your life is actually been misutilized. It's like waste. Again you have to take births. Come to the point of thinking of Krishna always. So we have to be intelligent. We have to cultivate that how to think of Krishna always. How to remember Krishna always. So mainly, to remember Krishna always, mainly three aspects are there. The first and foremost important aspect, three aspects are there. The first and foremost aspect is that one should hear about Krishna more and more. Shavanam. Okay. So one should hear. If you hear sufficiently, then you can think of Krishna, you can remember Krishna. If you don't give right foot to the mind, how you can think of Krishna? So this hearing actually solves many problems of life. Nashtaprayasha Bhadreshu, the very sloka which we recite every day before Bhagavatam class. All the problems of life will be mitigated by remembering the Lord. Nashtaprayasha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavat Sevaya. One who hears Bhagavatam daily, he'll come out of all the problems of life. And then Tadarajastamo Bhava, he'll come out of the Rajoguna, Tamoguna influence. He'll situate himself in Sattvaguna. The love of Lord Sri Krishna, that Krishna Prema will be awakened in that person's heart just by Shavanam. Bhagavad Tattva Vijnanam Mukta Sangasya Jayate. Then he'll get the full knowledge about the Lord. And then he'll attain the Mukti. He'll go back to Godhead just by Shavanam. Vidre Hudegandhya Siddhyante Sarva Samshayaha. All the attachments in the heart will be cut. And then all the doubts will be clarified. Chidyante Sarva Samshayaha. All the doubts will be removed. When that will happen? When you sufficiently do Shavanam. Then Kshiyante Chasa Karmani Drishta Evatmanishvare. And all the karmic reactions will be neutralized. That means karma will be burnt. And then one can see the Supreme Lord and then thus engage in service. When that is? By doing Shavanam. So in this way, if you hear sufficiently, then right foot goes inside the mind. And you can able to remember the Lord always. So daily, we need to hear Bhagavatam. There are, by way of technology, we got wonderful opportunity. Once upon a time, hearing means only, when you pay a lecture in computer during our folk time. Or when you go to temple, we can able to hear something. Those things are always important. We should take association devotees, we should hear whenever we go to temple. And also, now many things have come. We can hear from mobiles also. We should utilize all these agents of Maya in service of Lord. Engage all the agents of Maya in service of Lord. You can hear when you wake up in the morning. You can play a lecture. To take bath, and get ready, it takes a lot of time. You can hear one lecture. Breakfast time, you can hear lecture. Lunch time, you can hear. Dinner, travel, you can hear. Devotees have to hear. Outside people are actually doing like that for unnecessary things. These days, our devotees are telling, book distribution has become very challenging. Why? People are always in the earphones. Previously, at least if you call, they could be able to hear and come. Now they can't be able to hear also. So how to bring them to table of book distribution? They are hearing so much. And we should hear like that. About Krishna, not about Maya. So daily at least 3 lectures we should hear. Is possible like that. Is consciously we should put effort. So much time in travel, in food, and then many things will go waste. If you utilize that, then you can hear continuously, you can think of Krishna always. Remember. Okay. So then, that is first thing. And second thing is Shravanam. Second thing is reading. So hearing it goes. It's also one kind of reading, but still reading is special because hearing it goes, like that. But if you want to systematically understand the concepts, the knowledge, and if you want to dive deep into knowledge, you have to read Srila Prabhupada books. Without reading Srila Prabhupada books, you cannot be able to understand systematically Krishna consciousness. Years may pass. Something bits and pieces will be there, but no proper arrangement and connection of your understanding. So one should read one by one Srila Prabhupada books. Especially if you do preaching, if you take up service of preaching Krishna consciousness, then your reading is 10 times better. 10 times. Because you very carefully read, note down, remember, think, and do some research, contemplate. So many things will be there. That's called kirtanam. Kirtanam means glorifying the Lord. It may be Hare Krishna mantra kirtan, or by preaching Krishna consciousness, if you can be able to glorify Lord, that is also kirtanam. Okay. So in this way, Sri Radha Govinda ki. So one should read sufficiently and then do research, think about these things. Because one can control his mind and senses and unnecessary desires, lusty desires, whatever, all those things, by contemplation and shastras. We have wonderful shastras, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. Great meaning is there in slokas. We should remember the slokas and analyze meaning. In this way, if you burn the energy which is generated inside us, every day we eat so much, and then that energy generates. If you don't engage in contemplation and shastras, then that energy drives you in a wrong direction. So much energetic, something you have to do, and you'll do unnecessary things, like what we discussed, social media and many unnecessary habits. Okay. So we have to contemplate and then burn all the calories that generate inside the body. Okay. So devotees should read at least daily 1 to 2 hours. Very big, may feel. But actually we have to understand we're wasting so many hours in unnecessary things. If you consciously control your mind a little bit, actually you get lot of time. Okay. Especially if you take up the service of preaching Krishna consciousness, then your understanding is 10 times. Your reading is 10 times. Okay. So this way, we have to carefully read Srila Prabhupada books. Thus, we can remember nice food, the spiritual food is going inside the mind. You can remember Krishna always. And thus you develop that rapid devotion, quick progress in Krishna consciousness. Then third most important thing, actually is the most important thing, that is chanting. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we have to chant and hear, not just chanting. Chanting means it's like cooking food. Hearing means it's like taking that food. You'll enjoy the food what is cooked only when you eat. Okay. Similarly, when you do hearing, then you can able to relish the process of chanting, and then we can make progress in Krishna consciousness. So many times we chant, but we don't hear. Okay. So the right time is always morning time, the time of Brahma Muhurta, where Sattva-guna is predominant. That time we have to chant sufficiently, as many rounds as possible. If you cannot chant rest of the time, if you chant in the day, afternoon or evening, chanting becomes difficult. Morning it goes just like that, very smoothly it goes. At least 12 rounds we can complete in the morning time. At least 12 rounds. Okay. Then rest of the rounds becomes easy. If you keep pending 16 rounds, it becomes burden. You cannot hear properly. Because of that, it becomes burden. Why it becomes burden? Because you don't hear. Rest of the day, Rajoguna, Tamoguna will be there. And mind is thinking so many things, like this trash. So this will never make you hear properly. Then you feel tired, feels burden, everything. Okay. So when you start chanting in the morning time, first 4 rounds, at any cost, take all precautions. Don't talk to anybody. Try to hear by all the ways and means possible. Then rest of the rounds, you can able to hear nicely. So we should increase that span of hearing. We can able to hear sometimes 2 mantras or 5 mantras without any distraction. After maybe 5 mantras, you'll get distracted again. Again, you can able to hear some mantras. Okay. So try to increase the span of mantras. Continuously focus and hear. It may 5 mantras slowly increase to 10 mantras, 15 mantras. Okay. Current day, the attention is very less. It in seconds, hardly seconds. Okay. But by practice, one can change that. This chanting is the best way. It's a practice time, and one should practice sufficiently here. Then automatically it increase focus in the mind also. So this way, one constantly remember by chanting, by hearing, and by reading, one should try to remember Krishna always. And then there is one place recently I have been to in Andhra. One place is there by name Kovur. So there, a wonderful pastime is there of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It's a discussion with Rai Ramananda. Okay. So it is so special place. It's look like normal town or village, but very special place, because that is the place where Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed his Rasaraja Mahabhava. He showed that he is that Radha and Krishna, the combined form of Radha and Krishna. It happened to be at that place. We are so fortunate that it is there very nearby to us. Once everybody has to visit that place. There's a wonderful discussion happens between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Rai Ramananda. This is very philosophical, actually very big discussion. I'll try to tell in brief. Okay. In Chaitanya Charitamrita that will be there elaborately. And one can understand many things by that. So initially Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asks one question, and then Rai Ramananda tells that answer. Chaitanya is not satisfied. He tells, tell more. It's not go deep. Like that, and he continues to tells. So many questions he asks. Finally, he tells the answer. At the end, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asks some rapid fire questions to Rai Ramananda. So he asks, what is the highest education? What is the highest education? Is it PhD? Double PhD? So the answer is that there is no education other than knowledge of Krishna. Not higher education, there is no other education than knowledge of Krishna. So understanding Krishna is the education and is the highest education. That's it. So we all study many things. So we need to understand what is actually education means. Then what is greatest achievement in the life? Greatest achievement. When I am joined my company for the first time, so what is achievement? So they used to, I want to become CEO. Everybody want to become CEO. Then who will lead the company down? So people want to become IAS aspirants. They take years of time, energies. It is almost very difficult to achieve IAS. And then many CS are there. So in medical, MBBS, then next level will be there. They're doing foreign many things and all. They want to become doctor. So the highest achievement is, to be very clear, Gopi Bhattu Pada Kamalayor Dasa Dasanu Dasaha. To become servant of the gopis is actual highest achievement of life. So outside people get shattered. What is become a servant? Servant? But actually that is so. That is Krishna consciousness. That's the real achievement. Okay. Then what is the greatest sorrow? The greatest sorrow. Failure of love. Some people say. Okay. So the greatest sorrow is separation from a devotee of Krishna. Separation from a devotee of Krishna. They are the real friends. Not that person who takes you to cinemas and then cricket stadiums, clubs and bars, waste your time in unnecessary gossips whole day. He is not the real friend. The real friend is who takes you to Guru and Krishna. He is the real friend. If he is not there, there is, more or less everybody friends, pulled us like that only towards Krishna consciousness. Okay. So devotees association is the most important thing. If you are going out of association, then there's the greatest sorrow. We need to realize this. We should never leave Krishna consciousness. It's like a Kohinoor diamond, we got opportunity. Anybody leave just like that and go away? There will be no foolish person like that. This is also like that only. What is the best song to sing? So to be very clear, pastimes of Radha and Krishna, our Vaishnava songs, not the rock and pop songs. Okay. So we need to sing in the lines of previous acharyas. We should follow previous acharyas. Then it's pure. And we should sing with pastimes of Lord. So that is the best song to sing. And what is highest auspiciousness? Sarva Mangalakara. Highest auspiciousness in our life. If you happen to be in association devotee of Krishna, that is highest auspiciousness. So coming to temple is the highest auspiciousness in the life. Staying in temple, highest auspiciousness. Okay. So by which we can able to associate with the devotees much better. So what is the most valuable wealth? Most valuable wealth. 100 crores property or 100 acres property or buildings, businesses, all those things. The highest wealth is Krishna Prema, love of Radha and Krishna. This is the ultimate goal of life. Prema Pumartho Mahan. That's the highest goal and highest wealth. The person who is having that wealth, he'll never be distressed. Always happy. So while we are doing our service, our sadhana, are we consciously cultivating that love towards Radha and Krishna? So we all need to carefully observe this, that are you doing the right consciousness with the right feelings? By doing service regularly, one can develop attachment to Krishna. That attachment turns to love. Without doing service, superficial practice in Krishna consciousness will never help to develop that love of Krishna. And what is the greatest meditation? So greatest meditation is meditating on the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna. Not some swasa paina dhyasa. Not all these things. The highest meditation is lotus feet, focusing on meditation and lotus feet of Radha and Krishna. Purely form of God. What the best place to live? Best place to live. Vrindavana, where the eternal Rasa Leela takes place. Vrindavana. Prabhupada says, all my ISKCON temples are Vaikunthas. Also Goloka Vrindavana. This also Vrindavana only. Manifesting very practically for us. Vrindavana we go once in a year. Sometimes once in few years. But this Vrindavana we can wish to come every week, every day also. Okay. So that's the best place to live. What the best thing to hear? The glories of Radha and Krishna. Okay. Krishna Katha. When you come as well as devotees, we should discuss Krishna Katha. Glories of Radha and Krishna. What is the only object of worship? Only object of worship. That is holy name of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And finally, what is the fate of those seeking Brahma Jyoti or Sayujya Mukti? So it is said that they attain stationary bodies. Stationary bodies, that's it. And what about those people who seek money? At most higher planets. But they miss the nectar of Krishna Prema. Krishna Prema Amrita, they'll miss out. Okay. So we should always seek for Radha and Krishna, not mixing with Brahman, Brahma Jyoti or money, all such things. Okay. So in this way, If you read sufficiently books like the Chaitanya Charitamrita, we'll understand great knowledge and many revealing facts will be there. It will startle our consciousness, and we can think, remember Krishna like this. And also, we should read sufficiently and then chant sufficiently with quality. Then you can remember Krishna always. Remember Krishna means you'll come out of all the problems of life, and you can make rapid focus, rapid progress in Krishna consciousness. So we need to plan our day, hear more, read more, and chant more. So chanting 16 rounds, Prabhupada says a minimum. So if you want to do a great service to Srila Prabhupada, you should chant at least minimum rounds and chant as much as possible. More. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Grandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Vishwaguru Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitaya Gaur Premanande.